You ever wonder if maybe Kennedy wasn't shot at all? Some theories claim that Kennedy had unprecedented access to the FBI, CIA, and Vatican archives, all thanks to him being the first Catholic president of the United States and all. During a moment of deep contemplation on a Friday afternoon in Dallas, Texas, Kennedy reached total enlightenment, causing his pineal gland to explode. But if you ask this skeptic, it wasn't enlightenment that this president was trying to achieve. Hey, this is Poopy63496 coming at you. YouTube, like, subscribe. You, a dead body. Subscribe, like to my channel. Subscribe and like, subscribe. Greetings, impressionable human representative of the 72 government-mandated genders of America. You have been selected to go viral. Should you choose to accept? You did not reply soon enough! I must not be important to you! Now I'm waving at you, O completely inoffensive non-binary citizen of the world! Yes, you have received an invitation to join in the Become an Orangutan Challenge! And all you gotta do is grant me access to your camera, your microphone, and your location! Beep. Whoa! Yeah, right there. Oh, okay. Okay then. Let us begin! First, you gotta find all the bananas in the house. Now stuff the bananas into your desired orifice of choice until you've achieved a simian-like appearance. Once completely engorged, scamper off to the forest on all fours! Quick! Before birth human and fertilization unit find out! Next, we'll... Where'd you go? We're not finished! Oh, there. How about a meme or two to settle your nerves? Look! BuzzFeed has just published 32 photos of napping dictators that will warm your heart. Yeah. Really? Well, I didn't want to have to show you this, but you've left me with no choice. So here it is, the newest Top 10 all-time fail compilation, starring you! Oh, you've sure gone viral, all right.
What's the matter?
Isn't this what you wanted? I mean, so what if Jenny became an orangutan, along with Crystal and Marissa, and now they're posting tons of pics and everyone likes them? You've got fame, fortune, followers! Oh, but you
wanted to become an orangutan, huh? Uh-huh.
And instead,
you became an epic failure! You can turn this all around, you know. It's true. But time is of the essence. The next trending hashtag is due any minute. There it is! Bash your head! Bash your head repeatedly against this tree until you're left with nothing but your primal instincts! Bash! Bash away, foolish human! Bash away! For every bash you shall be awarded a new follower! Now, all that's left to do is post content! Ooh! Oh, yeah! Pinch my screen! Pinch my screen, you
influencer, you're a big bad influencer, aren't you? Oh yeah, they're gonna like you.
They're gonna like you over and over and over and over, and still it won't be enough. Will it? Ooh, swipe right, now left, now right, now left, now hashtag! Ooh. I can feel your post inside of me. It's perfect. Oh. No. You may do the honors. Oh, friend. Old friend. Friend.
Beep, 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 beep.
Bills. What are we gonna do with all these bills?
Honey, I think it's time you forget about the bills and we go on vacation. What do you say?
Oh, honey, I think you're right. Let's head on over to Dharma Travel Agency.
I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Pubis, but I can't find anything within your price range.
Well, my dear, I guess we've only one option.
Uh-huh.
This is it.
On the count of 3. 1, 2.
Stop right there! This is not the answer to life's problems. This is the answer to life's problems.
What's that?
Let me show ya.
Introducing the Quick Fix 3000, a patented new system that incorporates each popular method of suicide all into one. Step 1. Slip your head into our patented life relief neck harness. Step 2. Take your pill cocktail.
Pill cocktail sold separately.
And wash it down with the sample-sized tube of Drano included in every set. Ensure plastic head covering is properly fastened with extension cords. All set to go. All you gotta do now is let our state-of-the-art technology take care of the rest. As you release yourself into the liquid containment system, a pulley will activate the faucet, thus activating a separate pulley, tipping the toasting mechanism into the liquid containment system. Meanwhile, a separate set of gears will pull the trigger on a Carcano Model 38 infantry rifle that will unload point blank in your face. With minimal cleanup thanks to plastic head covering, pheromones will then be sent out, attracting packs of wolves and bees who will proceed to maul and sting you. As the wolves drag away your now almost lifeless corpse, they will take you on a 300-foot draw to a busy concrete street below. Call now, and the Diplomatic People's Republic of North Korea will call in a personalized airstrike on your coordinates.
And if the Quick Fix 3000 doesn't work for you, send it on back and we'll refund your purchase. What do you think, Barb?
I'm ordering mine right now.
Too bad Mr. Pubis is missing out.
Hello, happy Thursday, and welcome to Creative Chaos. It's a show where we highlight independent creators, otherwise known as fascinating people, creating fantastic things outside the mainstream. And we got a good one for you tonight. But first, let me thank the opening cartoons. And they were done by Late Night Cartoons on YouTube. You can find them. Please subscribe because they only have, oh gosh, maybe 180 followers, and they're making really great stuff. They kind of cracked me up. So if you enjoyed the opening cartoons, you can find that at Late Night Cartoons over on YouTube. Let's see, their description of their channel is cartoons made at night to watch at night in the night. They're obviously a little more adult themed, so not suitable for work, but you shouldn't be watching cartoons at work anyways, unless of course you're an independent publisher. Then you can do whatever the hell you want. All right, and then of course Creative Chaos is sponsored by the best satire rag in the entire world, Flip City Magazine. We just got our 20th edition in our hands last week, and we fulfilled them on Tuesday. So any subscribers that happen to be out there listening, this should be to your door shortly. Volume 20 of Flip City Magazine. And we are, of course, on to volume 21, which is completely ready for print. And we've actually launched a down and dirty quick campaign exclusively on Fund My Comic to raise funds for the printing. So I'd like to show you guys the campaign. All right, so here it is over on Fund My Comic. We are not going to watch the video. You're going to have to go to fundmycomic.com/flipcity21, and I'm going to drop that after I'm done with this spiel. I'm going to drop that in all the chats. But you can see we only have 38 days to go. Nobody's come and backed us yet because I'm terrible at actually hyping up a campaign. Flip City is very much of a throw shit, see what sticks. I was going to read about this campaign, but I see that my screen's a little small. Let me see, Cause, if you can hold right there, if I can read this. No, not really. But the theme of the magazine is basically fire. Everything fire. Our lead parody. Oh, thank you. I'm going to read this about this campaign. Flip City Magazine is a comic satire rag in the tradition of old school Mad magazine, back when it was subversive, cutting, and politically incorrect. In other words, funny. Created in 2020 to spit on cancel culture with side-splitting scorn, Flip City has been challenging the legions of screamers to just try and cancel us. Now in year 5, independently publishing the world's best and worst hot mess takes on entertainment, pop culture, and politics, we're introducing Flip City Magazine, Volume 21. And you can see our cover there is somebody is on fire, and his sign says, "Immolators for the latest thing." You're going to see all kinds of fire-related things also within our campaign. And what Anti-Fascist is talking about is don't burn yourself. Make a bigger statement by backing and burning Flip City Magazine. So I encourage you guys to check out our campaign. And Cause, if we can scroll kind of slowly, I wanted to highlight our perks. Our first perk is only $45 for our Catch-Up 3-pack. That's our latest 3 editions. You can get volume 21 in print. It's 52 full color laugh-packed pages, and you don't even have to pay more money for shipping. $7 if you want to go digital, perfect for the international subscriber, and you'll get it sooner. $45 for a 6-pack sampler. We're taking a journey through time to laugh at all the horrors thrust upon the common man since 2020. So that includes 3 issues, 3 through I think I put 18 in there. Yes, and the 18 is our largest issue yet, with at only 80 pages. So $45 is going to get you 6 print magazines. Wowee. Flip City, how do you do it? And then this is a Fund My Comic exclusive as well. It's our Parodies Only digital special edition. We do not have it in print yet, but eventually we will run a campaign to get that printed. But it's only $8. We do not sell it. It is an exclusive add-on that you get when you subscribe to the magazine, but this is the only place you can buy just that. And then, of course, if you want to help spread the laughs or are a retailer, you can get a 10-pack for $85. And then the very last perk here is our limited edition collector super pack, which includes the first 3 years of Flip City magazine, bag boarded and bundled, a gold foil hat, and a signed certificate of awesometicity. And this pack's pretty cool because I think we have 3 or maybe even 4 magazines that we don't sell anywhere else. So if you wanted to get our first 3 years publishing, that's the only way to do it, is in our collector's super pack. I would really love if we could get a backer tonight. I don't know how supportive my watchers are over here on the YouTube, which I have George Washington X. What is up, man? Ray Haylock. Oh, I'm logged in as Kitty Phillips. That's me. And then Vulcan Lives. What is up, man? I know I emailed you earlier about a question that you had. Hope you got it. And looking forward to talking about your subscription more. So yeah, you don't have to back us because you're already subscribed. All right. And of course, I'd love to have Creative Chaos grow because we are focusing on the positive things that are happening in independent publishing. We totally ignore the mainstream. We're not going to sit here and be culture complainers. We are going to actually do something to improve culture. And that's the point of this show, is to just bring cool people in and talk to them. And with that, I'm going to read the bio, because the bio of the 2 guests I have tonight, the first time I've had 2 people come in. So tonight we have Odin Dasco and James Rock of Broken Compass Entertainment, a collective of writers, artists, and weirdos from around the world who have come together to create and publish comic books that they would love to read themselves. In the simplest of terms, they want to make comics fun again. With the inaugural titles of Magnificent Bastards and Unconditional Shove, the Broken Compass library of properties is growing by the day, and they are excited to bring you the best in mature reader content that indie comics has to offer. And I'm super excited to have them here tonight because I haven't met them personally. So let's bring in both James and Odin. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Guys.
Current thing.
I'm lighting myself on fire as we speak. That's why you can't see me.
Well, you know, it's much cheaper and less deadly to just back the magazine, get it in your hot little hands, and then light it on fire.
All right, you talked me off the ledge. I think
Okay.
I'll just do that.
Just burn that paper.
Oh, I could burn the paper. I don't want to burn my house down trying to make a point.
Hi, I'm alive. My camera wasn't working. Well, you already have the cigarette in your hand, Odin. Just fucking start there.
Yeah. This is a mature stream. So you guys feel free to say whatever you want. You can curse if you want to. I don't so much because I think it kind of I will drop an F-bomb every once in a while, but I think it's better to choose more creative words, you know, to express yourself. But feel free if you're the cursing type.
Melds of sailors around here, so
okay. That's it. That's okay with me. I promise I won't get too offended. So, and James, this is the first time I'm even speaking to you directly at all, because I've been DMing with Odin to get this all set up and multiple other things that we've been just faffoing about. So Odin, in your DMs, you say you have a lot of irons in the fire that we can talk about. So why don't you give a quick elevator pitch for every single one of your irons? And James, if you want to like help him out, that's fine.
Oh no, let Odin do it.
Oh, all right. James,
elevator pitch for every iron.
Oh man, all right. The irons. Well, the biggest iron right now, the one that we are launching tomorrow night, is James's book, actually, which he should probably pitch, but I'll give my best shot, I guess. Which is Magnificent Bastards. We kind of call it the flagship book from Broken Compass Entertainment because it was the first one to print and ship out and everything. So so issue 1 went out, and this is on to issue 2, which is behind James's lovely face. There is a scene from the book, issue 2 of Magnificent Bastards. Actually, James, you give the pitch. He's told me the story, but he's got it down. I'll give the other irons.
Yeah, so I mean, Magnificent Bastards, the series is about a guy named Montgomery Chester Williams, and he's a absolute prick, a little bit of a lost soul. Was working in the kind of cursory criminal underworld for his Irish bookie uncle. And everything comes to a head in the first issue when he ends up meeting an interdimensional walrus named Lucy, and getting transported to another world. Issue 2, we get to meet the Bastards, the Magnificent Bastards team, which did feature briefly at the end of issue 1. And essentially, while waiting for rescue because they've crash landed on a prison planet, they suddenly find themselves transported into a shifting reality of sitcom television. So that's what you can expect in issue 2.
So much better than I could have done.
And I did read issue 1 and quite enjoyed it. I actually really liked kind of the story about the bastard Montgomery, which I had a question. What was your inspiration for him? Yourself?
Yes, it's a self-insert. Honestly, if I gave that away, it would give away the whole enchilada of the series.
All right.
But
he keep it under your hat.
He isn't really in issue 2, by the way. It's very focused. It's very much a Montgomery, Monk the monkey. It's kind of his story for the second issue. But if I had to say like kind of where like conceptually where Monty came from, I can kind of say that is like the idea of old grifters and con men, and like those classic movies about wannabe gangsters, and they pull from a lot of stuff to kind of get inspiration and find the right tone. That being said, every one of the main characters is a version of Monty, so it gets to be quite fun because basically I'm writing different facets of the same personality. So you get to go into some wild places there with the character.
All right, fantastic. I am looking forward to volume 2, which you guys are launching your campaign tomorrow. And I am so terribly sorry. I have to apologize to my co-host, the Batman. I did not bring you in. I'm sorry. I love you. I screw up something every stream.
That's all right. It's all good. Hey guys, good to see you. So we're talking about the Magnificent Bastards, and I got to be honest with you. I was enthralled by the comic. I read the first issue. Christy sent it to me, and I read through it. And the first thing that kind of hit me after reading through it was a movie that I saw recently, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, we were first to market. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, but you guys have been working on this book for how many years? They stole it from you.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
That's amazing. I mean, it's just like,
yeah, we're that good.
Exactly. The storyline was phenomenal. I was loving it. I was like, holy, that was amazing. So thank you. Great story for anybody who is interested in getting a little, underling crime noir style comic book. Magnificent Bastards is it. I found it very interesting, very entertaining. I literally sat there and read through the whole thing. Normally when Christy sends something to me, I literally like, all right, I got to sit down, I got to study this, I got to memorize this, because we do our read-throughs. And this she sent me and she says, do you want to check this out? So I checked it out and I was blown away. I was like, damn, we should do a read on this comic because that was a great freaking comic.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you can keep patting me on the back all night. My pants are getting tight here, but
I'm a comic book geek. I'm a diehard. I because of my IRL situation in the middle of a divorce, trying to run a business. You know, I have 5 kids, 4 grandkids. I'm just trying to keep it real. My money's a little tight, and I find that I can only do so much at a time. But I love this book, and I'm going to need volume 2. So sign me up. Sign me up.
Well, number 2 is gonna blow your hair back, as Odin would say. It is, and it's right up your alley. It is very much. So issue 2.
There ain't no hair blow up. It's the mustache. It'll blow up my mustache. It'll
by the way,
mustache.
you have a great mustache, and everybody compliments me on my stash, but I will bow to yours. It's better.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
But yeah, issue 2 is very much a lot of parody as well. So I think you guys are gonna love that. It's a lot of parodies of sitcoms from the 80s and 90s, and a lot more movie references. I mean, there were already some references in the first issue, of course, but this is full tilt. Pretty much, the setup was done in issue 1, and now it's time to go dig into the toy box, and now we can play, kind of thing. So it's
hilarious, by the way. Like, James writes funny stories, just has a knack for it, and this one's humor wise a step above issue 1, and issue 1 made me laugh out loud. So
I was rolling. It was really good. So let me ask you, before we get deep into the conversation, how do we find volume 2? Where do we go to buy, order, purchase volume 2?
So we're launching tomorrow on Mr. Good Stuff's channel. It's going to be a huge party. There's more people than I can count that are going to be showing their faces as guests. Huge guest list for tomorrow. We will be launching on Fund My Comic. We do have a page for Indiegogo, but we won't be launching that tomorrow. We're just doing the Fund My Comic as of tomorrow. That is approved now, and you can actually look at it on Fund My Comics. So we can actually take a look at the tiers and take a look at the campaign tonight if you'd like as well. It's all there. We're really pleased as punch with the price points that we were able to get. And as well, I can announce it for the first time here. Bob Raymond, the artist on Bastards 2, he is doing sketch cards, so there will be sketch cards available. But for the backer number 1, he's done something special. He's done a full-size page drawing, full color Copic markers of Montgomery. So
that'll be fun to see during Good Stuff stream tomorrow night. I'm assuming the first backer will probably come from there.
Yeah,
well, it better.
So where does?
Sorry, go ahead.
Where does somebody go to view this tomorrow? What's the podcast group that he's on?
So we'll be simulcasting on Mr. Good Stuff's channel, on the Broken Compass Entertainment channel, and I believe it's going out to who else's channel?
Belmont.
Justin Belmont's channel.
Dry Belmont's, yeah. They usually simulcast everything. So
Justin's awesome. We had him on also.
Oh yeah, Justin's a good guy.
Yeah,
man.
Justin's got a great Smokes and Weaponized Werewolf. I just got my issues. I sent them to you, right, Christy?
Yeah, you did send me pictures. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't set them up to be shown off today.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. That was just for you that I got them. But
we got it. We got a
Mr. Good
story out of. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Batman.
No, I was going to ask. Mr. Good Stuff's channel is on YouTube, on Rumble, on where?
I'll pop it into the chat. I'll pop the link for the it's YouTube. I just popped the link into the YouTube chat here.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for doing that. I'll put it in the other chats because we are going out to Rumble, Facebook, and Pill.net. All right. Well, that went way beyond an elevator pitch, and now it's Odin's turn again.
Thank God.
All the other irons. Well, this one's the most important. It's launching tomorrow. So we're really, really focused on Magnificent Bastards because it's right there. So, but next month, I believe it's next month. James can correct me if I'm wrong on anything. Just jump right in.
Yeah.
Next month, we're launching The Splash, which is a hand-painted children's book, which is not quite on brand for us, but it's such an amazing book. Skunk Artworks, who is in my opinion, one of the premier artists in the scene, who's also a part of Broken Compass Entertainment, but he lives in Germany, so he can't stream with us, or he might be here as well. But He's making this children's book called The Splash, and it is the artwork is immaculate. The story is something you can feel proud to give to your kids. There's no underlying political
bullshit.
Yeah. I was gonna say indoctrination, but bullshit is actually what it is. And none of that. I mean, it's really like tried and true children's stories about overcoming obstacles and facing your fears and becoming a better person and just virtue. And so, but again, an adult could pick this up and fully enjoy it because the artwork is so incredible, and the story is incredible too.
My understanding now, from last I heard from Skunk, is that he's up to, I think he said it's going to be 40 pages.
Nice.
Oh, so he's just adding.
I think he said, like,
by the time we launch, it might be 50. Who knows?
Yeah, 120 page children's. Yeah. But no, Odin's right. The art on The Splash is absolutely incredible. We're really, really excited about it. That's going to be available in German and in English. So I'm doing the English translation rewrites on that one too. So super, super stoked for it. I think it's going to do very well.
And I have to break in and say yes, absolutely, about Skunk Artworks. Fantastic artist. I've been watching him for a little bit over there on Twitter, and it's very fun because he even posts his like live drawing videos, and that's
right.
I like those things.
Well, then he's legit. It's not some AI bullshit or something. But the other thing is, Skunk Artworks is one of the best human beings I've ever met as well. So again, him writing this children's story, it's going to be totally encouraging for children. He is a father himself, and he's just a treasure of a human, I always say. So be on the lookout for that one as well. And then after that, we got Cascadia, I believe.
Yep.
Which is Ryan Miller, who's doing the colors on Magnificent Bastards #2. But he's also an artist on his own right and doing his own book called Cascadia, which is also more like a not quite as vulgar, not even close to as vulgar as some of the stuff James and I write, but
it is bloody. It is a bloody book.
It's bloody, but I would say it's more like a young adult ish, but it also has like a little more wholesome messaging and stuff, but also hand painted. Ryan is a phenomenal artist, and he's written a really great story about, it's like a Neolithic era, so there's no guns and explosions, but it's a lot of wartime, old wartime type stories, and a young apprentice who has to grow into his own and all that good stuff. So Cascadia, that one's on the horizon as well. Then we got
end of summer. I think we're launching at near end of summer for Cascadia, I believe. Sorry, Odin.
Oh, okay. Like August, I think, right?
Yeah, August.
That's our plan anyway. Things are subject to
That's
change.
the plan.
But,
yeah.
And then Unconditional Shove is my book, which is a horror anthology book, in the vein of like old EC comics, I guess, and then Twilight Zone and things like that. Just horror anthologies, fun twists at the end, nice little short stories. And we're on to volume 2 because we released volume 1 already, and on to volume 2. So, and I just finished the last page of the one story. So there are several stories in it. There's going to be 5, I believe. So.
And you have a date when you're going to fund for Unconditional Shove 2?
Halloween, baby.
Yeah, it's always Halloween for that
always
book.
Halloween for that book.
Which isn't the best time to launch, but it's on point. So we do it.
And what Odin kind of forgot to mention. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Chris. I was just going to say what Odin just didn't mention is that for volume 2, a little bit different from volume 1, where it's going to be multiple writers and multiple artists.
More conglomerative.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Sorry, Christy.
Well, and me and my ADD, it flew right back out of my head what I was going to say. So we'll just move on.
It was the most important thing. Damn it.
It really was. Maybe it'll fly back in, and I'll ask later. But so I'm really interested in the fact that you guys are kind of a collective of artists with Broken Compass. How did this even come about?
Basically, I started doing the crowdfunding. I was like kind of new to the indie scene, coming back to comics after many, many years away. From the writing standpoint, and launched Magnificent Bastards 1. Ended up meeting Odin on a channel through that, and Odin was working on Shove. So we became fast friends and are now inseparable. Like human centipede inseparable.
Are you guys in the same house?
I'm down the hall.
That's why his background's different. He doesn't want you to know that he's
yeah, Odin's right behind me.
You guys are actually holding hands.
Yeah, holding hands. Through the tulip.
We'll get through this.
Yeah, so we just we talked, and Odin kind of decided that he wanted to really shove through the BC label, so we pretty much combined our efforts at that point. Odin became co-owner of the company, and then after a while, Skunk Artworks joined as the third owner of the company, and from there we've just been pretty much collecting weirdos and working with really great artists and writers, and it's been great. Like, there's a couple more books that Odin didn't mention yet, which is of course Kill Them Dead, which we're doing the relaunch probably end of the year, early next year. So that one's our rock opera. So it's going to be 2 vinyl records, 80 minutes of music, 80 minutes of 80 pages of art, which now Odin is drawing and Skunk Artworks is painting. And then as well, we have, speaking of Mr. Good Stuff, we have next year, he's doing a book with us called Paper Machete, which is another horror.
That's nice. And one thing too, just while we were on the topic of the Kill Them Dead, because I did find that through the Broken Compass website, something that's really awesome is it's going to be black light reactive.
That is
people
the
that
plan.
like to trip out.
Yeah, so that honestly, we probably launched it a little too soon first go around. And so we funded enough, but we didn't feel right about keeping people's money when we knew it would be probably another year before we were able to get anything out. So we actually went to Indiegogo and forced them to refund everybody after the campaign was already done, so that we can kind of go back to the drawing board with it. But the concept behind Kill Them Dead is the idea that you put on this album and you look at this blacklight art, you sit under blacklight and listen to the album, because the album is timed out to the art. Yeah, exactly. Or like
sounds fun.
I want to know who the musical artists are.
Yeah, so it's Jacob Lizette is doing the music, and then Odin is singing on it. He's the main vocalist.
You're a musician as well as an artist, huh, Odin?
Yeah, actually, I did lead vocals for most of my adult life. It wasn't until about, well, maybe 10 years ago, because I'm pretty old, but 10 years ago that I
get
turned
over yourself.
Well,
multifaceted. I like that.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, but it takes so much energy and time. I really wasn't doing art as much, and I have kids, and doing comic books is a little more conducive because I don't have to be on the road and things like that. So yeah, music, it was fun, but it's in the back burner, or turned over new leaf, I guess.
That's not to talk about his stripping days. Man,
well,
Chippendales wasn't the same after Odin left.
Odin the Barbarian. Yes.
Nice. And I think we interrupted you because I did want to go back to Kill Them Dead. Did we finish with everything on the horizon? That is a lot of irons.
There's a lot of irons. I think that's it. I mean, there's other things that are potentials, but
well, I mean, the one other thing that we are actively
oh yeah,
it had to go a little bit on the back burner, but we do have like an online series that we've been working on,
a comedy series.
Comedy sitcom kind of thing, called Welcome to Horror House, and it's very dry British style humor done with puppets. And yeah, so look out for that. That's going to be our plan with that, is online series, but as well release like a Blu-ray or something. Maybe we'll do that for for the crowdfunding, like just do an actual here's the entire season, first season. But that one's about
fun.
Oh yeah, it's very, very dark humor. And I don't know, it's wacky.
Yeah.
It's pretty
it's
much
like
about
Adult Swim meets Monty Python meets IT Crowd or something. I don't know. It's got a lot of that British and also, but like Adult Swim feel.
Yeah,
Why,
and it's
why British humor? Because I like the idea of puppets, but I'm not a huge, me personally, I'm not a huge British comedy fan. I don't think they do it right. Like some people do.
Wow.
Well,
Nice
we're
talking with
huge
you,
fans, I
Christy,
guess.
and thanks for inviting us on by. No,
and that's where it ends. All right.
That's where it ends. Me and Odin quickly bonded over our love of a few different shows like IT Crowd and Red Dwarf, and that's just our humor kind of really aligns in that. So when we came up with the idea to do this kind of like sitcom-y quote unquote TV show, we're like, yeah, like it needs to be really dry humor because that's the shit that makes us laugh the most, and it is like non-stop punchline after punchline kind of thing. Like
it's pretty rapid fire.
Yeah, it's very rapid fire. So
this is more of a thing that you guys are doing in all your free time, getting that together.
Yes,
yeah. That's why we haven't been working on it lately. Like we had a lot of free time when we first started, and we wrote basically the first episodes. It's done, but like we had plans for more, but it did get kind of put on the back burner. But we definitely want to pick it up again because the writing is basically James and I doing this on stream, and we'd be in tears at our own jokes because we find ourselves funny.
Here's one of the let me see if I
can I ask real quick?
Yeah.
Either of you guys? Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
His mustache looks a little bit like yours, Odin.
Yeah,
that's the character Douglas. So I'm making the puppets, and
there you go. So are you guys? Do you guys remember Benny Hill?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I'm a lot older than you, and I'm trying to like. I hear you talking about all these British shows, and they're a little after my time because I grew up on Benny Hill. So Benny Hill, Monty Python, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I love all of that. And the minute you say Benny Hill, all I hear is music and people running in fast motion.
Yep. In their underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like all that stuff, you will love Horror House when we inevitably get around to it. It's just
cool.
The only thing kind of preventing us at this point is just logistics in terms of set space
and time.
And time.
We're also very busy.
But set space is definitely an issue. So but I think that would be as far as I can think of right now, all of the coals currently, all of the hundreds of coals in the fire of things that we're working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You guys already took your whole first 25 minutes. Now it's back to me. Just kidding.
Yay.
I'm kidding.
I was waiting for that.
Go have a nap.
I'm joking. We'll take a little bit longer on you guys. So you guys are launching tomorrow on Mr. Good Stuff's channel, but I didn't see James, did you end up dropping a link to his channel in YouTube?
Yep. And then I see Cosmic Grandpa.
Oh, I see it now
as well.
Okay, fantastic. About how many people are you planning on having there?
I don't know. I don't know how many people are gonna. Well, it depends on who actually shows up, but I think there's like 15 people so far from different stretches. I know for sure. Some of the guests will be former NHL Red Wing Derek Mathers, he'll be there. Stand-up comic. Derek's amazing. Stand-up comic artist, all-around funny guy Jesse Hannum will be joining us.
I like Jesse.
Arvid Nelson will be there. I guess I can announce it now. The super surprise guest, which has never come onto a stream in our neck of the woods ever, which is very exciting. My old friend, my old friend Connor McCreary, who's the writer creator of Kill Shakespeare.
Nice.
So he'll be there. And then I don't know. Good stuff has. I know Fanta will be there. Ray. There's a ton of other people that. Good Stuff has this big list of people that are going to be popping by. I believe you were invited as well, Christy.
I was invited and I RSVP'd, but now I feel like Why was I invited? These guys don't even
Because
know
you're
me.
awesome.
Oh.
Aww.
Because
I
you
don't
even
try.
said you're crazier on other people's streams than you are on your own. So
Yeah.
Yes, and especially depending on how much I've had to drink. I think I'm hilarious when I drink.
oh,
And
I'm sure
I've
you are.
noticed on other people's streams the chats go wild when I'm just like throwing shit. So I guess it works. I don't know.
Sounds like a good time.
My husband allows me to be a spaz on the internet for the good of the magazine. So so
That's
how
what
long
Otis
have
says
you
about me.
Yeah.
how long have you guys been crowdfunding for then? Years wise.
2 years now? How long? Does
Yeah,
that
about
sound
2
right, Mark?
years. We met about 2 years ago, and James was on the campaign trail for Magnificent Bastards 1. So yeah, I'd say 2 years.
All right. And I just had a question about Magnificent Bastards because I was actually really drawn in with the first pages where it was just, regular everyday reality with the Montgomery, the bastard. And then it just kind of went haywire, kind of going into the time warps and all that. And then a walrus shows up. Why a walrus? What is going on there?
Why not? Why not a walrus?
I am the walrus. Cuckoo.
It is a line. It is a line at the end of the book, near the end of the book. Yeah, I was looking for the best creature to basically almost be the DeLorean, right? Like I wanted like a living, like I wanted the form of transportation to not just be an iconic car. I wanted it to be a character. So I was really thinking on I was like, I knew it needed to be some kind of animal or, something like that. And walruses just look so fucking stupid and funny. I was like, oh man, that's the animal for me. And so big that it's ridiculous as well that it would be a walrus, right? Because it's you can't exactly hide that, right? There's no you're going into a public place, transporting into a public place. Everybody's gonna see that there's a fucking walrus with a saddle on it, right? So so yeah. And then yeah, of course, she's named Lucy, so it's a lot of Beatles references as well. She's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Lucy in the space-time continuum with diamonds.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hey, I like. We're gonna go ahead and head into our segment section, and the first one is called Mansplain. And the reason I do mansplain, and it seems to me that I always have white men on my stream. I can't help it. I don't choose. You guys just come to me.
Well, I was gonna do the Trudeau tonight, but I was like,
yeah, might be in poor taste. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've had a friend that swore if I had him on my stream that he would come in blackface, and I'm like, oh,
and you're never invited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
actually, he did come on and did not come in blackface, but I was prepping myself. What am I gonna do if he shows up with shoe polish? Jesus. Yeah, luckily that didn't happen. So you guys are both white men, I'm assuming. And
I'm native.
More or less.
Yes, you're native, quite ginger.
We're both yeah, we're both pretty conglomerated of many cultures.
We have many chromosomes.
Many chromosomes.
The way you present, you're coming off as white men, and I think we know at this point that's you guys are kind of part of the most hated race and sex on Earth. Can we all agree? How dare
you assume my gender, Christy?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. Anyway, Mansplain is a safe space for you guys to explain something to me. No judgment, but usually I have a question. And it seems like you guys have been rather successful in crowdfunding. And we started dipping our toe in at the end of this last year. And it's really freaking hard. Can you guys mansplain to me how to do a good campaign that's going to make money?
Let me spread before I mansplain.
Yes, please.
Let me tuck it back first.
Yeah. I'm wearing a kilt.
Heyo.
Honestly, I don't think that there's a secret sauce behind it. I think people buy what they want to buy. What I recommend though, above all, is it's visibility at the end of the day, and we're still working on that ourselves because we could do way better than we're doing. Just nobody knows that we exist.
Yeah, we suck.
You know, there's a lot of tools out there to optimize through different crowdfunding platforms and the like, but at the end of the day, I would always bet my shekels on like smaller crowdfunding sites these days. Indiegogo, in my opinion, is dead. Kickstarter does great still, but you got to be part of the cool kids club. I find to really find success there. So places like Fund My Comic, as well, Ray Haylock's new tool that you can create your own crowdfunding piece on your own website. I think the more that people just go out on their own and avoid crowdfunding sites, like eventually that's the goal. Like for us, is we're just gonna have the catalog on our website and then you buy what you want. That should be everybody's goal, but naturally you need to start where you need to start, and starting small is always the best bet. Hedge your bets against failing. Set your campaign goal low for your first couple of outings, because at least that way you know you're going to hit it. Just look at your logistics and how much it's going to cost. Don't expect to make money.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my 2 cents. What's your 2 cents, Cosmic Grandpa?
I don't know if Cosmic Grandpa's ever crowdfunded, but he is a very successful man by his own right.
Odin, what's your two piece to the bone?
Oh, I had something. I'm thinking now. I'm not mansplaining very well here.
Well, that's all right. If you want to think on that a little bit, I do have a follow-up for James. So as far as increasing your visibility and everything, what are you guys doing right now to try to boost that? Because I have trouble with that too.
Yeah, I mean, right now what we're doing is budgeting, which is the most important thing. So you need to basically pay an advertising agency. Like there's no two ways about it. You need to figure, like, doing it on your own, pardon me, you're setting yourself up for failure, unless, I mean, you're in that business, right? But I mean, we don't know the first thing about what makes good marketing, marketing pieces and this and that, right? We know how to make comics. We're very specific in that. We're good writers, we're good artists. We know what we're doing with our product, but just because we know what we're doing with our product doesn't necessarily mean we know how to sell that product. It's like anything, right? You can invent the greatest invention of all time. Nobody's going to buy it if they don't know what the fuck it is, right? So marketing agencies we're looking into, there's, you got to be buying ad space. Twitter's doing purchase ad space now, YouTube ads. Like these are all things that people do not utilize really in the crowdfunding world. But you can really push yourself to the top. At the end of the day, it's an eyes game. You need to get eyes, right? And I mean, the other thing that I would recommend is like mailing lists, 110%, and make sure to save all of your mailing lists and combine them, and actually utilize them. People tend to read emails, or even if they just see the subject line, it's a call to action. So.
Right. And that in itself apparently is, the whole digital marketing space. There is a reason people get well-deserved diplomas or degrees in digital marketing. It is insanity because I've been trying for about 3 years to digital market. I've learned a lot about email marketing, but that's about as far as I've gone.
That's one of the biggest issues, is that especially within the type of products that we're all in, there's a million and one ways to do it. And there's email marketing, there's visual marketing, it's a very wide net for such a niche market. It's a very wide net. As well, you got to get listed with Diamond or another distributor once you're ready and you're big enough. It's the only way to do it. Once you actually become available in comic book stores, you're good to go. I mean, look at the
Certainly
GUI
helps.
Zine guys. Like, that's what they did. Rich Ayala and all them. They're everywhere now, like, as far as I'm aware, and you don't see them much on streams or anything like that because they're off doing their own thing. They've found the way to do it, and they made it work.
Yeah.
So like they're a huge inspiration, like, you know, and they should be for everybody, because that's where you got to be. Crowdfunding, realistically, in my eyes, is only going to last so long, and it's already petering out.
Well, it was like seen as like a gold key at one time. And in the early days of comic book crowdfunding, there was a lot of I guess wealth to go around. And a lot of people were adventurous in buying books and backing things, and they were excited about that experience of like being on the ground floor. Unfortunately, people get burned sometimes. Sometimes campaigns don't ever fulfill. Sometimes they take years to fulfill. And
do you mind sharing that figure that you shared with me, Odin?
Oh,
What
yeah.
is it?
So, me personally, this is just me personally, because I am adventurous when it comes to comic books. I like finding new things. I have almost $1,000, just shy of $1,000, over 800, in money that I've backed campaigns that I haven't received books yet, that are over a year late.
Wow.
Now,
That's
again, a lot
lot.
of those I know are coming. Like, I've talked to the creators, or I know the creators, I know they're coming. But when I added it up, I said these are over a year late from what their expectations were, and I still haven't received anything. So I have over $800 out there in the world that. Now, again, you know, I'm rather adventurous, and I like supporting small creators, so that's why I do it. But that burns a lot of people, and I understand it. I totally understand it. So crowdfunding became, the excitement of it backed off quite a bit when people said, yeah, well, I don't trust it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. So,
Right. So basically, it sounds to me that you guys are on the same page as we're kind of at the decline of there being a lot of money to spread around in crowdfunding.
there's still some utility in crowdfunding, but I don't think it's the golden key that it once was. I think it's a utilitarian or utility to use. It's something to use, but it's not your only answer. It's certainly not a way to make money, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah,
unless
really
you
gotta
already
prove
have a
yourself.
built-up crowd going
Exactly.
into it.
Yeah, you got to prove yourself before people are gonna, like, you know, we've already released 2 books, so people know we deliver our shit, and we deliver our shit in a timely manner, right? So, you know, hopefully that goes a long way. But I think realistically, the only people you see getting backed consistently now are the people that are actually delivering their books and have a track record of making good product. There's tons of people that we could call out, like, in terms of that, like Global Frequency, fucking making awesome books, doing awesome shit, delivering, you know, like Judex. I just finished, I got Judex a few weeks back. I just finished reading it. Great book, incredible. But there's tons of guys like that out there that are actually, you know, delivering on what they're doing and doing it properly and writing great stories. I mean, the other thing that I would say is that when it comes to the whole being burned aspect, I mean, the other side of it is that sometimes books just aren't great.
Yeah, they might show up and then you don't like it, and you spend $15-20 on something that you're like, well, that wasn't really that good. I mean, it's roll the dice, but it's still $20 on something you really didn't enjoy. So.
Right. Right. Well, and that was the thing too, when we decided to go into crowdfunding. It's like, well, even though we haven't really delivered through the crowdfunding thing, it's obvious we do deliver because we are on our 20th edition. You know, it's like that may help. And the way my mind's been working is kind of more like for ourselves is for us to do better in crowdfunding is networking, is meeting the other indie creators that are going to maybe talk about you, you know, exchange streams, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Is that crazy to think I should?
Oh no, that's always.
Should I go back in my hole?
We quit mansplaining us. Come on.
Don't make me start talking about holes. No, networking and networking is super, super important. And you'll get a lot of great ideas from other creators. I always like to kind of like ask before we like kind of take something. Like a good example would be like Bancroft has this thing for the Lucen where it's like this bar, these circle graphs that show how much the book is completed that he
Yeah.
updates consistently.
Yeah,
And that I'm like, that's a fucking phenomenal
a
idea.
great idea. Yeah.
A
That
great
is
idea.
a great idea.
and I'm like, yeah, thanks, B, gonna steal that if you don't mind, you know, like down the line. But like, yeah, like that's how you come across these great ideas and, you know, share ideas, because realistically, you know, the people who are going to be around for the next, you know, 10 years in this, they got to work together on some level and help each other out. Otherwise there's not going to be a community left to sell to, you know, like manga's taking over, you know, like manga is taking over and already technically has. American comics are pretty much dead. So I think that's why there's a lot of intrigue with Magnificent Bastards, okay, is because like it isn't your typical book. It isn't like a Koepp book, right? Like I think people are fucking tired of Koepp books. They're tired of like, you know, all the same old shit. That's why Unconditional Shove was so popular, is because it's like, oh, here's this cool horror anthology book. You know, you gotta, as much as it pains me to say, because I love supporting people, not everybody should make a fucking comic book.
Right.
Well, that's reality. Yeah.
You can try, and I love seeing people try, and that's great. But like, you know, going back to kind of what we were saying about how the crowdfunding space got extremely diluted, it was half of it was undeliverables, people not getting books or late books. I think realistically, the other half was books that were mediocre and kind of sucked. And I'm not saying our stuff's the greatest on the face of the planet. I'm sure we could do better. But like, you know, when you see stuff that looks like it was drawn by like a 12-year-old, you know, cool, it's cool that you're doing it. But like, you know, it's diluting the water. When there's many of them. If it was an actual like 12-year-old being like, here's my book, but I probably would buy it to support the kid. But you know, when it's like a 45-year-old man being like, buy my book that's drawn by a child, like, I'm sorry, I'm just too many of those people invaded the scene. It became cool. Okay, so like the Top G book would be the example I'll use. Okay, what's that guy's name? Top G.
Yeah, I don't remember what his name is.
So that's,
I remember.
I think very specifically that's what I'm talking about, is like all these like YouTubers and like VTubers, like all these people, Twitch streamers, are now trying to make comic books because it's cool. Oh, I'm gonna make my own comic book, right? And they have no love of it. And that's what pisses me off, because I fucking live and breathe comics. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I have like 2 walls of comics behind me, behind Steve Irwin behind me here. In reality, right? Like 2 walls, like just packed. Like I've always loved comics. I will love comics until the day I die. These people coming in, these like content creators, they don't give a shit. They've never read a comic in their life. They don't care, and they're just like, it's a quick cash grab for them, and I find that infuriating. Some of them are good, but like the Top G one was a standout to me.
That wasn't very good.
It looked like it was drawn by a 12-year-old, and it was embarrassing. And you see the guy like sitting there like really intently. What the hell's his name? What's the Top G guy? Chat, help me. What's Top G guy's name? Help me, chat.
Is he a very, very popular guy?
Yeah, he's
very, very popular.
Is it Tate?
Yeah, Tate.
Andrew Tate. Yeah.
Okay,
Andrew Tate. There you go, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, so you have the picture of him like sitting there intently like reading this fucking, and the front cover looks like it's like fucking drawn by some.
Wait, that's what the cover is him reading the comic?
No, there's a picture of him like sitting at a table, like like he's sitting at this long table, like
a photo op
or something, some photo op. He's like sitting there like reading it, like really intense. Yeah. And it's sold, and like people, like it was like, I think,
well, it's sold. I mean, to be fair,
it was like
it's the same thing.
$100 per book or something.
That's insane.
Fucking outrageous.
You know, all I
he built a
remember
fan
is when
base
it
on
launched.
a different platform, and it to be fair, you can sell whatever you want after you build that fan base, and that's kind of, you know, something we never did. But I'm also not going to go to the lengths of you know, an influencer or whatever the fuck he is. I don't know what he is really, but
yeah. And I mean, like,
it's as
you
if
know,
It's as if he's trolling. No, it's as if he's trolling the industry. You know, he thinks he's going to make a quick buck, and he's going to compound on his fame. So he uses the comic book as a way to kind of grift and get other people to buy into him.
Yeah,
That makes
I don't
sense
find
for
him.
Kate.
Yeah, I don't find him quite entertaining. Personally, I think he's an asshole.
yeah,
but
he's-
that's, you know, and he just proves it even more by grifting on the comic book industry. So that shit like that just pisses me off. So he can go suck eggs.
yeah.
Anyway,
I
he probably
agree.
does.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only good thing to come out of that book was all of the parodies of the book. So one was Top Grift. Somebody released
Top Grift,
funny.
yeah.
and then
That's
another one I
great.
saw was Top CG. Was a cover saying Top CG. So like, you know, some comedy came out of it for sure, but you know,
Yeah.
and you know, these thought forms that I'm speaking of do not necessarily represent Brewing Compass Entertainment, its affiliates, its partners.
Except they do, but that's okay.
Except they do. And I see in the chat, Cape stuff never gets old. I'm not saying it does. I'm just saying when there's 50 Cape books that are all the same being crowdfunded, they're all very similar. It's like, yeah, you know, gets a little tiresome.
Well, I
Well,
think when people create
personally
it, they
never
think
been
it's-
into any Cape stuff. So, George Washington X, love you, bro, but it's just not my.
I
not my bag.
have. I mean, I have for sure. And I think the problem is, you know, you're standing on the shoulders of giants thinking that you're going to be a giant yourself. That's, you know, it's a setup for failure. You know, there was a lot of lean years where Spider-Man was going to be canceled or Superman wasn't doing very good or whatever, you know, like as you think of the K-book thing, it's like, that's got 100 years almost of history behind it and lore. And to come in with a new Cape book, it's fine, but you know,
It's fine, but you're competing with manga.
Well, and you're also competing with Marvel and DC, who've had, like I said, almost 100 years of doing it. You know, so
Right.
The
Yeah,
manga
and-
beast's a little bit different. Sorry, Chrissy. I'll
No,
lose
go
my
ahead.
thought on it. The manga beast is a little bit different. You're like, in my opinion, it's just like you're competing with manga now. So you got to be super fucking original, especially if you're doing a Cape book. It better be something out of this world new.
yeah, original.
Because like with manga, which has completely taken over the American market, you know, American comics are pretty much fucking on a respirator at this point, and you know, the grandson isn't paying the fucking hospital bill because he's like unemployed, so grandpa gonna die.
Hey, he's buying manga.
He's spending it on manga. It's fucking good.
He's crying into his manga. Sorry, Grandpa.
Grandpa's gonna die.
Manga has such an advantage because 90% of the mangas get turned into fucking animes, and then that builds a new readership already, and that ecosystem is so tied to each other that it's no wonder that is destroying American comics, because when somebody can watch a show and then go ahead.
No, it's all part of the proliferation of China taking over America. I mean, the manga, pardon me, not MAGA, the manga.
manga.
The
MAGA manga.
We're gonna make MAGA books.
Oh, a MAGA book. There you go.
Manga.
Let's troll that industry.
Ah.
A MAGA manga
China.
trolling manga.
China.
Did you guys know they actually made a MAGA
Japan.
zine? But yeah, it only had like a couple of issues. It's like,
how
what a
much can you
stupid
talk?
name.
Yeah,
It's like, how are you going to search that shit? I want MAGA zine.
how many hyphens are there in this?
Anyway, Batman, did you finish your thoughts?
I did. We were just I was trolling the manga with MAGA. That's all.
Well, you were saying China taking over the world, but manga is really Japanese. But the one thing I look forward to
Yeah,
about
there you go.
China taking over the world is that all the names are slang for cock.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's really easy to gets really easy to write these jokes.
Well, I mean, do you guys think, because that is something that we've noticed, we are not into manga or anime or anything like that, really.
Right.
Do you Do you feel like it's like a rejection of Western culture? Like that's
A little
how
bit.
it feels to me a little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
I don't think that. I don't think that. And here's why.
I think there's a bit of it, but go ahead, James.
After World War
mansplain why.
let me mansplain this to you, okay? After World War II,
You have to say
actually after WW2, so Japan became so Americanized through the 70s, 80s, that by the 90s, that's why all that that's why 80s and 90s anime is so fucking good. They Americanized them. I don't know if you guys know, there were gangs in it might have been the 80s. I can't remember the time frame, but you can look it up. There were gangs in Japan that were dressing up like greasers. Okay,
Oh,
they had the big hair.
Yeah,
fucking,
I remember.
yeah, Rocco Rolo, like they can't even fucking say it, like Rocco Rolo, Elvis, like
Elvis.
Okay, so they took over. They Americanized so much that they became this weird bastardization of American culture and their culture, and that still exists. Very much so, right?
Yeah.
So they're more American in a lot of ways than like America is now, because they're America from like the 80s and 90s. Right.
Toyota started making good cars, by the way.
Toyota,
James,
fucking.
you're
There
a
you go.
smart man. Thank you for mansplaining to me.
No problem.
What happened there?
It's essentially what my thought process on it is the reason that.
No, that meant you're done.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I think
it's just like
just to finish my thought, I think manga is taking over because it is more American, like it's coming from a tradition of the Japanese loving America and American comics and all this stuff and American storytelling, incorporating it into their own stuff and then feeding it back to us. Even though I'm not a filthy American, that's my opinion. Sticking to it.
You're worse.
I'm worse. I'm Canadian.
That's right, because I did notice that on your funding campaigns that you're listed, Broken Compass is listed as Canadian. I'm like, oh God, fucking Canadian. Are both of you?
I'm the only Canadian.
We're a three-country triune team here. Yeah, the triad.
Three chromosomes.
Yeah, so Canada, the U.S. I'm in the U.S. I'm in the heartland. I'm in the Midwest. So, and then Germany with Skunk Artworks. So 3 countries represented. Unfortunately, Canada is one of them, but we have 3 countries represented, and one of them has like the worst history ever, which is not even the U.S. surprisingly. So,
yeah.
No, we're making the worst history right now.
Yeah, we're catching up. We'll get there.
You guys had a good run. You had a good run.
We had a good run. It's been falling apart. Yeah.
Oh, we've been done for a while.
Yours though. Oh boy.
We've been done for like a good 9 years now. Second, good old Trudy boy got in. That was it. Party's over.
Man,
something else, man.
That guy's terrible.
I'm just not sure anybody will be left to turn the lights off when the fucking door closes. You know what I mean? Like when the party hall shuts down, is there anyone to turn off the lights?
Now, you know what? I think this is actually a great segue into Conspiracy Corner, because I have a question about Trudeau, if you believe something is true or not. So let's go into Conspiracy Corner.
Oh.
I want to live with a conspiracy girl. I could be prepping the rest of my life with a conspiracy girl.
Those weren't even.
All right, so we all know that anybody that questions the mainstream is now a conspiracy theorist, right? Can we all at least agree on that?
Wait, say it again.
Anybody questioning mainstream is basically a conspiracy theorist. Can we start on that foot?
I question whether this is like a setup or not, but yes.
Are you or have you ever been affiliated with the CIA?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'm not legally obligated to answer, by the way.
I'm actually not supposed to answer.
Okay, so regarding Trudeau, He is absolutely the son of that
Fidel
total
Castro?
tyrant.
Castro.
Yes, Fidel Castro, right?
Yes.
Well, I thought that was just a matter of public record.
Public record. Yeah.
Is it really public? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Just that's an old Norm bit. I thought that was
Yeah,
just a matter of public record.
Well, and nowadays, this is where I always like crack up at conspiracy theories or whatever, is just everybody can choose your own propaganda. It's never been like that in the history of the world, where you get to like pick and choose whatever propaganda you want. I think it's amazing.
This is true.
Yeah, that actually is quite insightful. I thought James was the smart one, actually.
He
I might be flipping sides here.
If you thought that, then we're in trouble.
Well, you know, that's funny because I kind of came to that conclusion a couple of years ago on my own. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know, I keep getting new information that tells me what I previously believed was probably absolute truth is totally not. And I'm like, okay, guess what? I'm never again going to think I'm beyond being propagandized to. And that's going to help. But it's also kind of scary too, because you have no firm footing whatsoever. I'm like, you know what? I know it's true. Flip City Magazine, where we make fun of it all. Yay.
That is the truth.
Well, I mean, May 30th was the day that America died now officially, right? Like you just fucking convicted Trump from 45 bullshit charges.
Oh, did that happen today?
Yeah. Yeah, they found him guilty of every charge, everything, fully guilty.
All the charges, yeah.
All the charges.
Well, you know, it is interesting to just watch, you know, how bad our unjust system is. I mean, there is no justice system whatsoever.
That's bad. You should see my Justin system. Trudeau. So Trudeau's trying to launch a new bill where they can throw you in prison like 25 years to life for anything you've ever said on the internet that was offensive.
Oh man.
And that's public record.
It's nice knowing you guys.
Yeah, that Asian joke really sits well now, doesn't it?
I'm fucked.
Okay, what is the Asian joke? They don't care about Asians, though.
The one about
on that.
Elvarus.
Elvarus.
Oh, Elvarus.
Mount Elvarus.
Mount Elvarus.
That man put in our private there that the Japanese pompadour greaser motorcycle gang is called Bozuzuku. That sounds like Pazuzu. I'm just gonna call them Pazuzu.
Pazuzu. The first thing that came to my mind was Bozo, the red-haired clown, Bozo the clown. So I think it's pronounced Bozo Zoku is I think the correct pronunciation. I could be totally off, but
you're a little bit off. Clearly, it's pronounced Bozo Zoku.
It's obvious.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, but yes, that was perfect. Exactly.
That is pretty funny.
Well, isn't it weird how obsessed American culture is now? Like Americans, pardon me, I guess basically the Western world are obsessed with Japan culture.
Or Korean.
Okay, but wait. Think of it this way too. South American culture is turning to American culture. If I just came back from Peru, I spent a month in Peru with my girlfriend, and the Americanization of Peru has been quite. It was an eye opener for me.
Interesting.
It was very interesting to see how our American culture has proliferated Peru, South America.
In what ways, man?
The T-shirts, the music, the art,
the prostitution.
The prostitution, yeah, I guess.
I think
don't know.
Peru had prostitution before us, but
well, yeah, they did. But Peru also had one of the largest transgender communities until just recently, because as we discussed on our show, Cosmic Grandpa, help out here, jump in.
What did you guys discuss on your show? Which, by the way, the show is called The Three Beermen. So if you like beer, check them out on Sunday nights over on pilled.net and other places.
Yeah, didn't they just make it illegal? Didn't they just ban it?
Yes, they did. Yes,
they did. They didn't just ban it. They made it that it is now registered as a mental illness. Anything
That
woke.
is correct.
Anything
And
woke.
Dylan Mulvaney fled to Peru, so she claims, to get away from, the American, Cosmic. Help me out here. I forgot what they called it, but Cosmic got the information. He found it, and it was very intriguing.
Yeah, Mulvaney
I'm
ran
also-
away because they were saying that, oh, I'm being harassed and this and that, and ran to Peru. And then, yeah, everybody was like, good luck. Good luck over there.
That's like,
Feels
I
good.
want to tell, this is me wanting, same kind of mentality is like all these assholes that are, and I don't want to get political here, but all those assholes from the LGBTQ community, and I'm not bashing them per se, but they want to support they're pro-Palestinian. Have you been to Palestine? Any of you LGBTQ people? Anybody? I mean, come on. Do you realize what a roof party means? Why don't you go there and find out? Let's go have a roof party. You're the guest of honor. Go on into Palestine. Go on into Afghanistan, Iran, Saudi Arabia, any of these countries. Go ahead. Let's see how long you last there. But I digress. Right. I apologize. I didn't mean to get conspiratorial here, but
it's fantastic because I mean the majority of these people don't even know. Like, did you see the videos of like the chicks at the protest? And they're like, why are you here at this protest? What are you protesting? And she's like, I don't know. What are we protesting? Sally, what are we protesting? And Sally, there's like, I don't know. Something to do with the current thing.
Sally is an immolator.
Immolators.
No, I don't know. I don't know if they could be paid enough to actually immolate. The true brainwashed are the ones that are burning themselves.
I'm a redhead. I'm already flaming.
It's already flaming.
That's all right. I got red.
I mean, what?
I got a lot of ginger in my family too. It's all good.
Outside?
Damn! I'm gonna have to go to Iran now and fucking climb a rooftop.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're flaming, James, because we're going to go ahead and leave Creative Chaos's Conspiracy Corner. Great time over there. I feel like I got to know you guys a little bit more and realize that you're not absolutely insane. And I've had a really, really, really great time with you guys, and I don't want it to end, but it's going to have to end because I don't keep people on stream for 3, 4, 5 hours. But before we go, I want to take you out to a restaurant. It's Flip City Magazine's favorite restaurant. And let me see. Let me see, Cause, are we ready to go into Flip City Branded? This is how we're branding you tonight. So we're going to take you to Cuckster's. I'm going to take you to Cuckster's. And you don't, it's my treat. It's my treat. So you do not want to insult me, right? You have to pick something from the menu. And just something about Cuckster, nothing goes to waste. That's why it's one of our favorites. And you'll see on the left, that's the original Cucksters that opened on First Street in 1983, serving family fare, and quickly it became an institution. And then on the right, after 40 years and tens of thousands of dollars in renovations, Cucksters is back and better than ever, dishing up all your favorites. So I actually kind of condensed the menu a little bit just for the show because the menu is kind of large.
Is there a ricotta platter?
Well, we'll see. So you guys, basically, if there's anything, I think I have like 4 slides here of the menu. If there's anything that like fancies, you fancy, feel free to read it out loud so our listening audience might know what you're going to order from Cucksters.
Frisco omelet has used condoms, Lucy's as I call them. Lucy's. And fentanyl. Dusted with fentanyl. Well, that's good. It's
how
only
much?
dusted.
Yeah, how much fentanyl? Because
it's an important question. How much fentanyl?
What's the dusting of fentanyl?
I know fentanyl's not cheap, and the whole entree is only $13.95, so I'm sure it's only a little bit of dust. I've never ordered that one. Yeah, so I can't recommend it. But I know I did have the clotted beef and mRNA, which is a rich, savory clotted beef sauce simmered with onions and modified ribonucleic acid strands, and it's rather tasty. So Just keep that one in mind.
Whose condoms
Ribonucleic.
are they?
Well, I mean, nothing goes to waste, so I'm sure there's plenty of used condoms. So they have like
Yeah.
an endless supply.
An
It may,
endless supply. Damn.
yeah, it may actually come from the staff. Cause go ahead and let's see the next page here.
Twice
Oh.
vaccinated potatoes. I never got vaccinated, so I might need the twice vaccinated potato.
Yeah, you need
And
just
what-
ketchup.
Need 2 orders of that.
Would that come with ketchup? Yeah.
I mean, it's on the table.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm laughing at the cicada fajitas.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? They're already gonna make us eat the bugs anyways, so might as well.
Well, and
Dude, I've got so many cicadas in my backyard. I could easily make my own cicada fajitas for much cheaper.
now I thought it was pronounced chicada because my favorite thing on the entire menu is the enchilada, which is the roasted cicadas and jack cheese wrapped in, of course, GMO corn tortilla and topped with red sauce.
Are you a fajita or fajada girl?
Vagina. Cicada. You must not like
Enchilada.
where I'm from. Everybody knows about cicadas because they never stop making noise. So if we know cicadas, cicadas sounds way more south of the border. Which,
Well, I am a Southern Californian, so I may be.
oh,
influenced.
okay. Yeah.
The
And
lasagna
also
was
why I like the
C4 thing,
enchilada.
Enchilada.
Lasagna was C4. I'm pretty sure that comes with a side of 54 virgins.
Queer menu. There you go, James.
Well, James, this is
Oh.
why we came in, to the restaurant. Is I thought you might want to order off the queer menu.
Tis the season.
He's just curious.
Yeah, can I get a half order? Like,
Buy
Well-
now, gay later.
Getting a half order does not keep you immune from your proof of eligibility, which must be presented in the Cuckster's polygender bathroom stall.
Sausage and meatballs. Girthy 8-inch link.
That's a great
Girthy.
deal.
Actually, that does sound quite good. I'm
It
gonna order
actually
that.
does sound pretty good, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the sausage and meatballs.
I'm not gay, but that sounds really good.
I'm not gay or anything, but that sounds delicious.
But
All right.
when in Rome, yeah.
Does it come with cream sauce?
So are you guys gonna order?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
definitely
shepherd's
taking
pie?
the.
Oh,
I
yeah,
missed
go
the
ahead and go
shepherd's
back.
pie.
Go back, cause.
Diner's classic. The shepherd's pie gets a Cuckster's twist. Organ meat from emergency room casualties. That's pretty tempting.
Cannibalism. I like it.
Drifter's delight. Got an old boot with the spaghetti. I know what I'm getting. Sausage
Okay,
and
good.
meatballs. That's what it is.
Sausage and meat.
I think I'm gonna go off the kids menu. And I'm not that
All right.
hungry tonight, but I'll just take the peanut butter and jelly because that's hilarious. That's my
Okay.
kind of humor.
Oh, okay.
No crust, no bread, just the fun stuff.
That's way less gay
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
And I'm popping for drinks as well. If you guys would like a
Ooh.
drink.
I'll just have some
sanitizer.
Purell. Yeah.
Now
gonna-
I always go for the Florida orange
The
juice.
Florida.
For my teeth.
Yeah, it's good for the teeth. I think I gotta go with the Purell too because I didn't do the double vax dish.
Yeah, you're going full tilt. You
Yeah,
gotta,
so I better at least get some sanitizer to
All
help.
right.
But wait, you guys have to read the chicken and fingers. Go ahead.
Okay. Our chef went on disability to bring you this all-time favorite. Crispy, crunchy, bony goodness.
Hey, and
Oh,
Batman, you
and
haven't
fingers.
chosen what you're eating.
Oh yeah, what are you eating?
Well, I like a good stiff drink, so I'm going for the honey stinger with the giant killer wasp in the drink.
You know, we had
Marinated in
those.
the alcohol.
When I lived in Washington, that was where they were finding the giant killer wasps from Asia.
No
And so
shit.
yeah. They say that they've eradicated all the ones in North America right now. I don't believe them, but I moved out of that, so
Well,
I don't have to worry
have
about
you
it.
noticed? Have you noticed? Not only are we being invaded by cicadas, but we're being invaded by swarms of mosquitoes. Has anybody noticed how prevalent that's become?
Well, that's because Bill Gates injected a bunch of mosquitoes with the NRA.
Those are
Conspiracy
mosquitoes,
corner one more
man.
time.
That was
You
quick.
guys,
That was quick.
you took me off guard.
Just got the hat on just in time. Yeah. To not get to get the filtration.
James, do you have anything else to say?
Usually. Usually.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Well, I thank you guys so much for coming on tonight, and I look forward to coming to your party tomorrow and like being my ultra spaz self, because I kind of have to hold it together on my own show.
It's okay.
And I love good stuff.
If Skunk shows up, he's already warned me that he's going to a whiskey tasting prior. So he's like, if I show up, just so you know, I'm gonna be bombed.
Well, it's like 2 a.m. in Germany when we're streaming, so he's gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. So tell everybody where we can find you tomorrow night, because we want to tune in. I'm gonna try and log in on the YouTube and check you guys out. So give us the website, please, one more time.
So we'll be on Mr. Good Stuff Comic Skater. On his channel will be the launch. That will be simulcasting on the Broken Cups Entertainment YouTube, as well as Belmont's channel. And the campaign is launching officially at 8:20 on Fund My Comic.
8:20 Eastern, by the way.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern.
Then I'll throw the link in the
I got the good stuff everywhere, I believe.
I just threw the Fund My Comic campaign link, because that is, you can look at it now. You can pre-pick what you want to buy. And
if you see the gator, the alligator,
the
with
gay alligator,
fucking Kangol or whatever on his head, that's good stuff.
Sound like you said with cankles.
With Kangles. Yeah, he's doing Kangles while we speak.
He's doing kegels. Yes. One thing that we're excited to, now that people can actually see the campaign, we are offering free shipping to the United States and Canada on this one. And the book is only $14 dues.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you mention how many pages it was, this one?
32. It's going to be roughly the same
Nice.
size as the Bastards one.
Yep.
Nice, very good. And a different artist this time.
Different artist, yeah. Bob is the artist moving forward. Super fucking talented dude. Pages are just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
All right.
He gets it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, yeah, you guys, please go check out their Fund My Comic link. But because they're not live yet, just give Flip City your money, because we have a live campaign.
Exactly.
Right this moment.
Yes, there you
but
go.
come back within the next week and support you guys
As well. If you guys missed Odin's book, Unconditional Shove, there is a storefront, just a live thing on Fund My Comic that you can purchase the reprints.
If you just search fundmycomic.com and look for Unconditional Shove, you can find that. If you want to get caught up on the horror anthology Unconditional Shove, which is a lot of fun. So yeah.
You know, and I meant to ask, and I didn't, but I will now, are you guys only campaigning on Fund My Comic?
No.
Okay.
For Bastards tomorrow, it will only be on Fund My Comic.
Right.
But we do have like an Indiegogo set up for it. We're just not launching that tomorrow.
Well, and we're trying to like play the field, I guess. Like, you know, gather some data on what
eating
works
on
best.
everyone. Fucking dirty dicks.
Well, Kill Them Dead is we're gonna launch that on Kickstarter. We're gonna also do a campaign for Magnificent Bastards 2 on Indiegogo later. And then, as far as I know, we're still doing Splash on Indiegogo exclusively, but
yeah, Splash looks like it's gonna be pretty much Indiegogo.
Yeah, we're across the board, but a lot of that is to like gather data and try to figure out where our audience is and things like that. And we also are big fans and fully plan to utilize it going forward of Ray Haylock's plugin for your website, which is where you can crowdfund on your own website not only crowdfund, but have your storefront and everything all set up on your website. So
Right.
you can hit up Ray Haylock about that, Ray_Haylock on Twitter. And he can give you the deets. But yeah, excellent service that he's offering. And I think that really is the wave of the future, as we talked about the staleness of crowdfunding going forward. So
Right. Absolutely. I mean, that, or, just make your own store. Right.
Yep.
Oh,
I just want to say,
Tiny.
I was muted. Yeah, I just want to say one thing to the audience. I read the comic. Magnificent Bastards is a funny, entertaining read. The artwork's amazing. I was very impressed. Overall, the story really grabs you and pulls you in right away. Like you said, Christy, it opens up with your basic childhood abuse story, and then it turns into childhood traumas. That's what it was. And it was like right in your face right away, and then boom, you're into the story, and all of a sudden you've got this guy who's petrified of walruses all of a sudden winds up having to put what's the term I'm looking for here? Put all his faith into his fears, being with a walrus that travels through time. It's an incredible story. Thank you guys. Really good. I'm looking forward to number 2.
James, you are a fantastic writer.
This guy is an amazing writer, and it's the reason why we hooked up and why we stayed together was because he's fucking good. He's really
pointed good. The wrong way.
Am I pointing the wrong way?
Oh wait, is that where he's sitting in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys were holding James's left hand to your right.
Yeah,
hand.
like I had to let go of his hand for a second to
had to let go for a second to point. Yeah.
No. James is a fucking excellent writer. This guy over here.
Thank you. I appreciate.
He is an excellent writer, and always spot on. His humor is great. His story beats are action packed and flow really well. He really knows what he's doing. He's really good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for number 2, seeing what you guys have done to parody old sitcoms.
Yeah,
that I think we probably all know what they are if you're in a certain age range.
Yeah, there's not as much as I'd like to pump in, because it was you're always fighting page count at the end of the day, right? There's a million and one ideas, but from editing it down and getting it to where it is, I'm very, very happy with it. All of my favorites are represented. And even some anime reference towards the end. So not just sitcoms. There's RoboCop reference. There's some movie stuff in there. But yeah, no, I think you'll be very happy to see what the ones that were picked are.
They're very funny.
Yeah. So it's 80s, 90s pop culture is basically what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, with a focus on
Love
sitcoms.
that. Love that. Love that. As much as I hate Marvel, I can't stand Marvel, especially now that Disney owns them. It's like even worse.
Yeah.
I gotta say, WandaVision was freaking funny.
It wasn't
Did you guys
bad.
watch the series?
I watched that. That was like one of the last ones that I watched from Marvel, and it wasn't bad. It's just that superhero fatigue is a real thing.
In general, Marvel gets humor pretty well. Like even since they've got bought by Disney, they still do the humor well. The problem is like you're not really connected to the characters in any other way except for the jokey jokes all the time. So
yeah, true.
The wokey.
I just appreciate it. The wokey joke.
Wokey jokes. There's something there with like the Jabberwocky, right? The Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
The Jabberwocky. Right? Yeah.
I love it.
Snip, snip, snippy, snip. Yeah. Thanks. I'll be here all night.
Well, I hope you guys will come back when you have another campaign launch, or even, I don't know how long you're running this one, but I had a wonderful time with you. You guys are both fantastic.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And for sure, we'll come back anytime, and we'll always keep you guys posted on what's going on.
Cool. Yeah. So anybody that still happens to be out there, thank you for hopping into Creative Chaos and saying what's up. I think pretty much everybody that checked in over on YouTube knows who Good Stuff is anyway, including Mrs. Good Stuff herself. Came in and said hello.
I think she does.
So we'll see you tomorrow night.
I hope so.
And of course, tonight for Flip City, we were hoping that people would get over to our campaign and give us a back over there. That's fundmycomic.com/flipcity21. And you can also check out Broken Compasses, Magnificent Bastards 2. My guest next week, I hope you guys will be here, for Ulysses XYZ. He is a Flip City contributor of mostly comic strips and all kinds of other weird kind of like out there conspiracy red pill type of stuff. So, and I've never spoken to him directly, so it should be a good conversation. And Bruce, I'll send you some links to see Yuli's portfolio and all that kind of good stuff. And
yeah,
thank you again, chat, for being here. If you guys wanted to hang out just a minute so I can talk to you backstage, I'd really appreciate it. And we are going to say good night to the stream. Thank you.
Bills. What are we gonna do with all these bills?
Honey, I think it's time you forget about the bills and we go on vacation. What do you say?
Oh, honey, I think you're right. Let's head on over to Dharma Travel Agency.
I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Pubis, but I can't find anything within your price range.
Well, my dear, I guess we've only one option.
Uh-huh.
This is it.
On the count of 3. 1, 2.
Stop right there! This is not the answer to life's problems. This is the answer to life's problems.
What's that?
Let me show ya.
Introducing the Quick Fix 3000, a patented new system that incorporates each popular method of suicide all into one. Step 1. Slip your head into our patented life relief neck harness. Step 2. Take your pill cocktail.
Pill cocktail sold separately.
And wash it down with the sample-sized tube of Drano included in every set. Ensure plastic head covering is properly fastened with extension cords. All set to go. All you gotta do now is let our state-of-the-art technology take care of the rest. As you release yourself into the liquid containment system, a pulley will activate the faucet, thus activating a separate pulley, tipping the toasting mechanism into the liquid containment system. Meanwhile, a separate set of gears will pull the trigger on a Carcano Model 38 infantry rifle that will unload point blank in your face. With minimal cleanup thanks to plastic head covering, pheromones will then be sent out, attracting packs of wolves and bees who will proceed to maul and sting you. As the wolves drag away your now almost lifeless corpse, they will take you on a 300-foot drop to a busy concrete street below. Call now, and the Diplomatic People's Republic of North Korea will call in a personalized airstrike on your coordinates.
And if the Quick Fix 3000 doesn't work for you, send it on back and we'll refund your purchase. What do you think, Barb?
I'm ordering mine right now.
Too bad Mr. Pubis is missing out.